Life Unscripted for you. How's everybody doing out there? What's going on? What's going on? Man, this just hit me. We've been talking about, the man factor. We've been talking about us men, and I mentioned in the recent video about emotional intelligence, empathy, because, in my opinion, empathy does exemplify some type of emotional intelligence, or should I say, instead of emotional intelligence, maybe, management of emotion. And the thing about it is, it allows you to understand the individual and make it about the individual versus yourself. There's not one that I feel is better than the other. Okay, I just resonate more with empathy versus sympathy. I believe that sympathy has a place, obviously. I just resonate more with empathy. So I do see that as an emotional management, not something that someone purposely does. It's how an individual is engineered for a specific purpose, right? Sympathy has a specific purpose, and that individual was engineered to express, to move in the area of sympathy is for a reason. What I'm just doing is saying how empathy plays a benefit when we talk about men. Okay, yes, sympathy can also play a benefit, right? For me, I'm just talking about empathy. Can I do that? So, because people, you ought to be sympathetic, or that's the problem. Where you can't feel, and no, it's not that person that who's expressed empathy cannot feel. That's not the thing. So, look at it like this. Sympathy is about expressing how you feel about a situation or someone or person or event. It's how you feel, right? Empathy is more about how they feel. What is it that they're feeling? Why are they feeling that? How did they come to feeling that? And what is the action from them feeling that, right? There are times I know where individuals, male or female, want to feel sympathy. They want to know that you feel this way. They want to know that you hurt, where they hurt. They want to know that you could feel, what they feel. They want to know that. They want to express. They want to see it expressed, right? They want to feel it expressed. I get it. So I'm going to read a little bit to you guys. Just a little bit. I like to just tell you, this is what I understand, but also have an opportunity to get a little bit more education on what we're talking about, right? All right, so listen to this. Sympathy is the feeling of compassion or concern for someone who is experiencing hardship or suffering. It often involves a desire to comfort or support the person in their difficult times. Expressing sympathy can be done through kind words, gestures, or, simply being present for someone in need. If you have all right. So you got that. Okay. So empathy is similar. Listen, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. You see the slight difference in there? Sympathy is that expression of compassion, the expression of the sorrow. Empathy is the desire to understand, right? and sharing in those feelings. So it's not that you don't feel, you do feel it, but you're seeking understanding. You're seeking a more in-depth place of where that feeling is, right? It involves recognizing emotions in others, being aware of their perspective, and responding compassionately. That do sound like emotional intelligence, I'm just saying, okay? Oh, man. Empathy can strengthen relationships, enhance communication, and foster a sense of, connection between people. It plays a crucial role in emotional intelligence, helping individuals navigate social situations more effectively. I gotta tell you, this is just my opinion. Empathy in the development, in the practice, and embracing empathy is important for a man in all circles and aspects, whether in a relationship or not in a relationship, whether in a business place, workplace, running a company, all those things. Empathy is, I feel, is very essential, because when you're embracing empathy and you're moving in empathy, you're not sucked in by the emotion. You're not sucked in by the feeling. Oh, the feeling is there. Oh, the emotion is there. But there's a greater desire to understand the emotion, understand the feeling. So then you get, like you said, respond with the intelligence behind what's happening in the totality of the situation and the scenario. So that's the reason why when we got to emotional intelligence, I felt the need to really highlight empathy. Okay, when we talk about men, highlight empathy. Okay, it's always said women are more emotional. Well, I guess it's true. Or maybe not. Maybe it depends on how you feel. How do you feel? What do you think? Women tend to be more emotional. Okay. If that's the case, then we gotta be, when I say we, I'm talking about men, we gotta be careful of embracing sympathy. We got to be careful in embracing the actual emotion, because if we do, we fall into I am a witness, testify. Yeah, I get sucked up into the emotion. Before you know it, 20 minutes later, I'm saying, oh my gosh, did I really do that? Did I really express that? Oh my goodness, why? I did not keep my cool. I did not really see exactly what was going on, so I can respond, right, out of compassion, but with understanding. Okay, so let's look at this. Let me read this to you. Ooh, I hope y'all enjoy. I hope y'all getting some. Listen, make sure y'all like, share it, subscribe, hit the, the reminder or the notification bell thing, whatever that is. I'm still learning this platform, believe it or not, but I'm having fun with you guys doing it. All right, so let's look at the comparison. I thought this was interesting too, of sympathy and empathy. A quick comparison. So we start with? I think we start with sympathy first. Okay, sympathy involves acknowledging someone else's feelings. I think that's a great thing. Okay, because everybody have a right to feel how they feel, regardless if you believe it or regardless if you agree with it or not. They have a right to feel how they feel. And I think that even though we like, hey, you feel that way? Where's that coming from? That should not be the response. I get that we want to understand why in the world that person is feeling like that when it seems like they shouldn't be, but they have a right to, because it might be coming from a place that you have not seen yet. So person express how they feel and they're emotional behind it, let them be emotional behind it. Don't criticize them being emotional about how they feeling. I'm talking to myself, if you believe it or not, too. All right. It often includes feelings of pity or sorrow for someone else's misfortune. That's the part right there. Don't pity me. Don't, oh, I'm so sorry you have to go. That bothers me. I don't know why. I don't know why, but don't pity. I don't need the pity party. But I understand pity party helps some people for a period of time. For a purpose. So it has its place, I guess. It does. I know y'all might say it seem like I'm coming across as being biased, or I'm coming across as getting on people who express a lot of sympathy for others and all that stuff. And I'm really not. I just add a little bit of my own experience as well. But I know that part, that pity thing, that some people need that time to go through that experience, go through those feelings and go through those emotions. And they don't need to be criticized while they're doing it. So they need that pity time. And the person that can understand that pity is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay, when you express sympathy, you might say something like, I'm sorry for your loss. We hear that a lot, but that's so cliche too, right? It seems like it's something that's so easy to say because people know exactly where you're coming from. Which shows that you care, but may not fully understand their experience. It's something easy to say. Shake your hand. I'm sorry for your loss. And you're going about your day. You're going about your day. You're going about your evening. You go, sorry for your loss. Texting, sorry for your loss. Calling me, I'm sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. It's so, cliche. How about a conversation? Yeah. How about a conversation? Man, how you doing? I know it's a tough time. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Listen. Start to listen. Then the person want to actually talk. The person say, dang, this person really actually feel like they want to hear me. Right? They want to hear me. They just don't want to express how they feeling in sympathy. They want to hear me. Have a conversation. Because then the person feel like, okay, this person want to hear me. If they want to hear me, then they want to understand me. Okay, that was sympathy. Okay. Empathy involves a deeper connection where you try to understand and share the feelings of another person. So we just said, right? And the person can feel you're trying to do that. It means putting yourself in someone else's shoes and experiencing their emotions from their perspective. And the only way you can experience somebody's emotion from their perspective is to what? Listen to them when they're communicating how they feel. That's the only way. From their perspective. Not yours, how it's making you feel, but from their perspective. That's the only way to do that. Okay. When you express empathy, you might say, I can't imagine how hard this must be for you. Yeah, I said that automatically comes out. Indicating that you are trying to understand the emotional experience, their emotional experience. All right, you're trying to understand it. I can't imagine how hard, it's got to be for you. I haven't had to experience that. But I can't imagine, what you might be dealing with. But I know it can be tough. So you're starting a conversation. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, when I found out this news, yeah, man, I just didn't know what to do. Now they're communicating, right? Not sorry for your loss, but they're communicating. See the difference, and that's that different engagement. In summary, listen to this: sympathy is about feeling for someone, while empathy is about feeling with someone. I love that part. I ain't kidding you. I'm trying not to be biased, but I love that part. Listen to this again. In summary, sympathy is about feeling for someone, while empathy is about feeling with someone. When you feel somebody is with you, you feel somebody in the trenches with you. Even though they're not you, even though they may have not lost their father, they've not lost their mother, they've not had to bury a son, but you feel like they're willing to take time out their day to have a conversation with you, to allow you to go through it with them and allow them to go through it with you. They're willing to do that. I feel like it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful thing. Do I feel like it's something that you could develop? I do. It doesn't. I don't feel like it's something that has to come natural. I think if it's a desire and it's understanding that you want to, I think you can, because it's not hard. It's just starting off with preferring the person before yourself, for your feelings, and listening. It's a great start, I think, in my opinion. So, hope y'all got something from this. Remember, y'all gotta subscribe. You gotta hit the notification, because I drop these in between my, more lengthier videos. I drop these, and I try to go a little bit deeper into some of the things I say. My typical videos, I'm just dropping out nuggets. They're nuggets. I'm throwing stuff in the grocery bag, and I'm hoping that you guys might be doing what I be doing, just kind of thinking about it, and then it kind of help you. Hopefully it helps you. Something sticks, to your bones, and it helps you out. So, Life Unscripted for you. We are here. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification. Peace.